Hi Chemistry, I told you that I would do a demo of the Phet Lab, so here we are. So I opened up on Google Classroom, week 5, I opened up the Density Virtual Lab, and I also clicked the Phet Sim link right there, and it's also in your Google Classroom assignment. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go back to this page for a second. All right, so you should notice that there's a block of wood in the water and there's a sliding scale in the upper left-hand corner. Notice that you can click and drag green triangles to the left and the right, and you can make the block of wood bigger or smaller. You can change it from wood into other substances by clicking the drop-down tab. So you guys need to move those adjustments around so that you can fill in this table. So you got to fill in the table and answer the questions below after you've modified your material. So pay attention to the values that are already filled in. You have to drag the green triangles to get to the correct mass or density, right? So let's try it. I'm going to be flipping back and forth a little bit. All right, so here's my block of wood. It's floating, and I can move this as needed. So let's go double check what I need. So for the wood, I need a volume of 10. So since it's on wood, let's just start with that. All right, volume needs, and here's my readings right there. So we need to go to 10 liters. Oh, and that's all the way at the top. Okay, so that makes that wood weigh 4 kilograms, right? So 10 liters, and it would be 4 kilograms, okay? So using this data, which is what we just learned in class today, or reviewed for you, but if you already knew it, you're gonna divide the mass by the volume to get the density, okay? And then you're also gonna know if it floats or sinks. Let's see. Oh, it's floating. So I would write floats, right? Oops. Wrong button. Okay. All right, so I'm not going to do the density for you. Let's try changing it to another material and see how that looks. All right, so right here, I can change it to styrofoam, and you're going to do the same thing, okay? So I need my mass at 2, and I don't know what my volume is going to be. Ooh, maybe have to do, given mass and density, tricky, you're going to need to figure out the volume. So do that calculation, right? We have that in the presentation from today. So I'm going to leave that for you guys to do. Let's look at ice. We know that we need to have a mass of 5 for the ice. Okay, so we want it to be 5. Oh, come on. There, okay? So that gives me the volume of 5.44 liters, all right? And I would fill that there, calculate that density, etc. I think you guys get the trick, right? Okay, moving on to section 2. You're going to click on the tab on the right-hand side and select Same Mass. Down below, rank the density of the boxes from the lowest density to the highest density, and also fill in the column titled Volume, right? So click on the tab on the right-hand side, Same Density, all right? Or sorry, Same Mass, excuse me. Down below, rank the density of boxes from lowest to highest, and also fill in the column titled Volume, okay? So you guys are going to do that. So you're given these cubes that are the same mass. The question for you, are they the same density? Let's find out. Woo! Uh-oh, that one sunk. That one sunk too. Let's see if that one sinks too. All right, so what do you think? That one's kind of not, that one definitely sinks, okay? So What do you think? Knowing what you know about volume, which ones you're going to need to figure out the density, and you're not going to do the formula per se, right? Because you don't have the specific numbers. But what could you do? How could you tell? So I want you guys to think about that. How could you tell volumes and density? How are you going to be able to rate those? All right, think about that. Let's see what you guys can do. So lowest to highest, lowest density to highest density, and then fill in the column titled volume. Okay, and then see if you can see a pattern. And then click on the tab on the right for section 3 and select same volume. And you're going to fill in this table. Okay, so you're going to have same size blocks, different masses. Let's see what happens. Let me move that a little bit. Okay. So now what could you do? How can you figure that out? How are you going to fill in this table? It gives you the masses, right? Volumes are the same. It's an unknown number. And then density. And you're going to note whether it floats or sinks. Okay? What's that pattern? Section 4, click on the tab and select same density. Different volumes. What do you notice? They're all floating, right? Same density. Fill in the table below. Float or sink. Okay? And I know you don't necessarily know the volume. Right? So it's kind of a mystery. Let's see if you can figure it out. Look at the table above and see if you see a pattern between mass and volume. Notice density stays the same, but what happens to volume as the mass increases? Section 5, click on the tab on the right and select mystery. Also click on the button that says table. You're going to fill in the table below. Mystery, show table. Okay? Oops, my picture's in the way, isn't it? Let me just move my picture for you. All right. Same thing, right? So you can mass them. You're going to record your masses. And throw them in the water, okay? So see if you can figure out what these mystery boxes are made of, all right? Mass it. Okay, so you're going to need to do a little bit of density work, some backwards calculations maybe. See, this might be harder for you, but you guys are up for the challenge. I think you understand density, so let's see if you can apply it. All right? And that is it. All right? Let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to work this out with you too. And I think, right, once you get the density, or once you get one of these measurements, you can get the other, right? So if you have mass and density, you can figure out volume, etc. But if sometimes they're just going to be an estimate, right? You're not given a number, like for volume or density, whichever one you're looking at. All right, I hope that's helpful. Have fun throwing blocks in water. It's kind of fun. Have a good day.